Hey guys, welcome to your reading. So we are doing our heart's desire soul urge number 9. So our soul urge number is about what your heart craves, your hopes, dreams, and wishes. It is determined by the vowels in your name, adding them up and breaking it down to a single digit. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into this. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you're subscribed to my other channel, Queen Spirit 1126. Alright, so we are Heart's Desire Soul Urge number 7. You guys you guys are introverts, right? Somebody who sees life in a kind of abstract way. You like to have your private, quiet time to kind of analyze how things are working. Very introspective, theoretical, philosophical. That is who you want to be in life. You want to analyze shit, you want to see how they work, and you want to do it from the sidelines, right? So let's go ahead and get into this. So our first card is about your hidden desires. What are your hidden desires? All right, to see things in a different way, to see things in a different light. And then we have steps to achieve that. We have the Judgment card, and our last card, how does the desired outcome look? We have Strength. Okay, I could dig it. We have the Fool at the bottom, which definitely gives a vibe of starting off something new, and the word creative is coming to my mind. So we have the Hangman, right? So this desire to see things in a different light, to see things how other people can't really vibe with, I guess. To see kind of like the underworkings of things. All right, so let's clarify the Hangman spirit. Dang, we got Ogun. I was just thinking about Ogun today. And we have the Ace of Air, right? So Ogun is a warrior, chariot in the regular deck, and then we have Ace of Air, which represents truth, clarity, and things like that. So this is the desire to be a warrior for truth. Like you want to know the truth, you want to see the truth, you want to recognize and define it, right? And so you might find that you like to watch people, see what they do, ask a lot of questions, things like that. Also get this vibe with Ogun of like overcoming a lot in order to hit this truth, in order to hit this clarity. There's a lot of kind of like rubble that you have to step over. All right, what else for the Hangman spirit? I'm gonna take this card. Okay, damn. And we have the Star at the bottom. Interesting. So we have a level again. This is about seeing the different ways in which you can go. These are different options that you can take, different routes and paths that are already routed out for you. And it's up to you which way to go and which one that you want to take, right? So the Hangman is given a standstill type energy. Like, well, if I move in this direction, it may be wrong, or if I move in this direction, it may be wrong, when the bottom line is that you're a learner. You're somebody that no matter how much knowledge that you acquire, you're still going to want to know more. You're still going to learn to know, you're still going to want to learn more. Like knowledge and experience is invaluable to you. So this is something that you're always going to be searching after. Do not let that, or do not allow that to stunt your growth, or like kind of like stunt your clarity. So if you, okay, with the level here, it's really like, hey, you have these options. You could go either way. There's no wrong choice here. And so since you have so many choices, like I said, it can kind of feel a little bit stunted, but you have to choose to start moving forward in that clarity and that knowledge so that you can learn the things that you need to learn. If you choose one over the other, it's not to say that you'll never learn the lessons of if you would have went a different way. You just may learn them in a different way. There's no way to go back in time, so I don't want to represent it like that. But it's like if you didn't go to school, right after high school, if you decided not to go to college, you could still go to college. Are you going to have a different experience? Yes, you're going to have a different experience than an 18 or 19-year-old going to college if you go back when you're like 30, 35, 40. Yes, you will. However, that knowledge is still there. And it's a knowledge that you can learn in a different way. And it's a knowledge that you'll kind of interpret differently as an adult. Okay? So we're going to move on. We have the Judgment card. So Judgment represents how do you achieve these steps. So Judgment is very much a card about following your calling, right? About doing the things that Spirit wants you to do in the first place. And what I'm getting here is that Spirit wants to support you in learning, in moving forward, and being kind of this abstract thinker, right? One thing about philosophy is that it can change over time, and it's something that you can prove right or prove wrong in your life. If you live by a certain philosophy and you see that it isn't working out for you, it's definitely something that you are allowed to change and you are allowed to move on from. And I think some of you guys need to hear that you're not stuck in being just this one way, which we saw earlier with the Hangman. You're not stuck in being just one way. You can be whoever you want. So don't miss your calling. It's like, okay, what Spirit does is puts you in a position, right? So you may think, oh yeah, all right, for instance, we'll use school again. You may think, oh yeah, I'm going to school to be a doctor, right? And you get to school and you find out that maybe being a doctor isn't for you, but you see this other career path that is perfect for you, but you wouldn't have seen it if you weren't there. You get what I'm saying? So it's like put you in position to do different things with your life or meet different people or something like that. If you feel very strongly about something being your calling, please don't get stuck on this. Well, I said I would do this. Society really, really holds us to shit that we said in the past or things that we did in the past. Like we're not allowed to change our mind, but we are. All right, so let's clarify 20 Judgment. Okay, we got the Village, which is the Tower. We have the 9 of Air, man, which is anxiety, and we have Earth. Okay, so what I'm getting is that 10 of Water on the bottom. What I'm getting is that there have been, I'm just going to say, it's been a lot of trauma, right? You have gone through a lot of trauma that has caused a lot of anxiety in your life. And so since we kind of bridge off of our experiences, we use them as stepping stones and things like that. They can become harmful if we've had a lot of negative experiences, if we faced a lot of past trauma and things like that. So this is one of those vibes of you need to make sure that you're facing your past head on and that you're dealing with that trauma. If you need professional help, which, hey, a lot of us do, make sure that you get it. Make sure that you're talking to somebody that will help you through these emotional times or through these mentally difficult times so that you can be the person who you're supposed to be. Because on the other side of that, we have the Earth, which is the world, completion, and we have Ten of Water, which is our emotional fulfillment. A lot of times we don't recognize emotions for what they are. They are the building blocks for who we are and how we represent ourselves. You can pretend that your emotions don't mean shit all you want, but they make you who you are. They are the foundation of why you move and why you do the things that you do. And so it's very important to be in touch with them and not to let them, because when you bury things subconsciously, you put them to the back of your mind, it's not that they're not there. They're still there and they're fucking working against you. They are. So you'll do things that perpetuate this negative energy, not even knowing it, because you haven't dealt head on with your emotions. So I'm bringing this back to the Hangman, seeing things from a different perspective. When you learn to see the world in different ways from different people's shoes, then it's something that can be kind of, I don't know, I want to use the word enigmatic, but I don't feel like that's the right word. The other day I was watching Vice, and they had this thing about prisoners on TikTok, and it's just like the dude, damn it, what is his name? The white something. I don't remember what his name is, but he does all the interviews with people who are homeless or on the streets or drug addicts or anything like that. And that's the thing with people. We tend to dehumanize them and we put them in this certain group and we act like they're not people anymore. So when you learn to be like, okay, this is why this person behaves this way or that way, not saying it's right, but just seeing things from a different perspective can kind of open you up to a lot more opportunities because you're not looking at the world one way. All right, so we're going to move on. So how this outcome will look for you after you have done the steps, how will the desired outcome look, right? So we have the Strength card. I'm sorry, I'm fucking, I seen something on Twitter earlier. They said somebody pulled out the Strength card and said, stay strong. I mean, it's not necessarily wrong, stay strong, but the Strength card is about overcoming your ego, overcoming like this distress that you have in your life and being like, hey, I'm this person and I stand by who I am. Now, there's something about being strong and about overcoming that can be dehumanizing, right? I talk about that all the time with the strong black woman trope. And it puts you in a place where people are like, oh yeah, you can handle that, you're strong. Well, that's not where I'm going with this. And I just want to make sure that that is clear. This is about overcoming your fears, overcoming those things that you thought would always be in the back of your mind, would always, like, you would always hold yourself accountable for what people did to you or what was done around you or the hurt and the pain and all of that. No, this is about realizing, one, we got the 8. What goes around comes around. There is always a karma at play. Even when we don't want to admit it or know it, karma is always at play, right? Either from this life, from a past life, whatever the case may be. People are going to end up eventually getting exactly what they deserve. And you have to make sure that you're okay with that. That you're okay with people getting what they deserve, because you are going to see it. You're going to see it in yourself and you're going to see it in others. And this is something like even with the village over there, which is the tower, it's a revelation. It's seeing the truth. It's being able to understand the vulnerability where you are so that you can move forward and you can be like, okay, this hurts. You know what I'm saying? It hurts when I pinch myself. So maybe I should be careful how often I do it and, only use it in emergency situations when I need to make sure that I'm actually awake. I don't know. So how this will look, you will see yourself in a different light. You will start recognizing that you have overcome a lot. Not that, hey, this is a lot of things that have ruined me, destroyed me, but this is how far I've come from the BS that happened to me, how I walked through the fire and I'm still there. Like, damn, look how high that fire is. I did that. Let's clarify the strength card. I'm telling you, there's going to be a death, an ending, a bye-bye, a bye-bye. So, okay, we have Iku, which is the death card, 3 of fire, 3 of air, and then we have the 9 of water. 9 of water is fulfillment, right? But this 9 of water is kind of this energy of, I want to explain it in a way that makes sense. This is taking the energy and the baggage that you've had in life, right? And overcoming that or using it for some kind of emotional fulfillment. So you can't just ignore those things in your past life. You have to use them as stepping stones and turn them into something good. For example, if you grew up in some kind of crime-ridden neighborhood and you have an opportunity to help children in that neighborhood, whether it be with their mental, whether it be with them getting out of that, is something that would be emotionally fulfilling for you, right? So you have goals in these things, and what I get is the ending of, I don't know, this 3 of air is really giving me pain, and I also feel like some kind of get back because we have karma. So a lot of times when I see tarot, I see a lot of, oh yeah, this person's getting karma for this, or they're getting karma for that, or blah blah blah. And a lot of times we pay too much attention to what somebody else's karma is or what somebody else's karma is supposed to be, when we're supposed to be focused on our own karma. People are going to get what they deserve. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It's not going to happen in the time that you want it. It's like, how they say God is always on time. God is always on time. So you can't be sitting here like, oh yeah, well, this happened 5 years ago. They're supposed to be paying for it by now. And it's just like, how do you know they're not? How do you know that this person isn't emotionally miserable inside, anxious and fucking lonely? Like they don't have anybody anymore. Like, don't know that. You don't know. Anybody put it on the front. So release yourself from having to see somebody else's karma, because I always tell you guys, that shit's not going to necessarily be good. Like, you can look at somebody and you can be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see them get their karma, when really their karma is going to be some awful shit that probably would traumatize you if you actually saw what was going on. So yes, that's all I have for the 7s. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, and I will see you next time.